looking at this plant here. It's got, oh, I just don't want to touch it, man. It's got all sorts of sores. See on the bush, on the branch, those black dots? Gee, one of them's just coated like it's swarmed by ants or bugs. Or gnats or whatever the heck they are. It just looks crazy. You know? Well, anyways, today's talk is going to be about being able to understand what authority is. You know, have you ever questioned authority? Have you ever thought to yourself, hey, you know, I don't understand why I have to obey to his orders and I have to accept their commands and why they should be telling me what to do? Well, if you're thinking like that, then maybe it's time you go out on your own, be your own boss, try something new. You know, really, that's the way you should be thinking, because you're more independent than you believe yourself to be. That's when you start questioning your morals, your motives, what kind of direction you should take, and then real interesting things start to happen when you accept that direction that you open up for yourself. Now, things can go off balance, kind of like this camera, but most importantly, what you gotta remember is what you value close to yourself. And you follow that, you know, you can learn to follow your own lead, your own commitments. This thing was set up really nice. I don't know why it keeps falling. Let's see if we can do it again. There we go. Perfect. Stay. Alright. So I've been talking to different people today. One of which being basically the person who owns the company, who would be my boss if they were my boss, but they don't communicate to connect with me, they communicate to push me away. So I'm just thinking, hey, why does this person not take any time to develop an actual relationship with me when I'm selling his products, his services, and his focus on his vision? He just doesn't devote his energy to me specifically. You know, I'm the person who's trying to make ends meet, who, keep in mind, tried to have a call with you to solve the company's problems, and the most I've actually conversed with you is for 30 minutes? What's going on here? Well, you gotta respect the person you serve. And while he may be good with words and how he approaches things, it's hard to be able to have a great driven passion in something that you don't really understand. Like, I'm selling this person's vision, he says, is to help people. Well, he's not really doing a great job at helping me, unless if having me speak to people under him is really going to solve all my problems, which I know by speaking to him, it is. And I understand authority is a huge complex, and that person's time is valuable. But what makes their time more valuable than mine? You know? What is the difference? What is the distinction? What closes that gap is what I want to understand. The same thing goes for my pastor. The pastor that speaks at our church. I want to be able to meet with him. But there's another pastor that I've been getting to know, conversing with, and apparently my history, the time we've spent together conversing, the relationship I've developed, is in the immediate way of me developing the relationship with another pastor. And for some reason, they both want to couple up and group up to meet with me on a 2-to-1 scale of being able to get the most care for me, right? So apparently, if things don't switch over with that meeting, if it happens, which I've been putting up resistance for it not to happen because I don't want to talk to the previous pastor, then, you know, other things can become of that. It's my resistance. Maybe something good will become of it. Maybe I should just be like, hey, you know what, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I want to talk to this guy. I really don't know how it would go. But I know if I wanted things to go the way I'd want it to go, then I'd say, hey, you know, I appreciate your time, your energy, your comfort. But for me, you know, having a relationship with you, I don't see the mutual reciprocity there in being able to develop me to be my best self. And I would rather have the support from somebody that I feel could better understand me and relate to me and my gifts and talents to be able to help actualize that. So from here, you know, I want to thank you. It's been a blessing to meet you, to develop a relationship with you, although having your further guidance in this relationship is not something I asked for. You gotta have the wisdom to speak the right words well. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Now, taking this time, letting the camera roll, letting it film me, I don't have a huge spiritual role in being able to project myself today. What I do have are amazing trees with pink leaves that are pink blossoms, and I love them. I absolutely love them. Like, I'm a super fan of nature. Everything is beautiful. Like, to be able to put myself into this environment and get away from the city for even a moment is definitely much more inclined with how I want to be able to operate. And you know, something that's really odd but true is if you can be able to ground yourself with the earth, it neutralizes the electrons, the protons in your body. It neutralizes your energy because you're getting more grounded with the earth. So if you take your socks off and walk around on the floor, then you can really be able to get more close up at your core with what you feel and how you do. So for me to be able to be stepping on this, it feels really good. Now, something that I noticed today that's not anything new that I noticed is that I like to exercise, and I forget what that's like sometimes because I haven't done it in forever. Now, I may have a weak stomach and I may be a person to throw up after not having exercised a long time. For example, the mile in 7th grade, I hadn't done exercise since I was like 10 or 11. I threw up. And doing stuff in football, you know, like Dead I'm Gonna Kill You Day or week, Hell Week, threw up. You know, so many different occasions I threw up. I have a weak stomach, that's okay. But I love exercise. I love having true freedom through movement. You know, just being able to just do things that allow me to excuse myself and release who I am in my being. Like, I could even be the next Bruce Lee if I had the time and energy to do so, the focus, the discipline, the determination. But then again, I also lost 10 years. He knew his talents from the start. Me, I'm just learning at age 20 that, hey, you know, I could be really good at martial arts. You know? So, that's a loss on my part. What I really want to be able to do is focus on staying true. Now, I know in a video or two ago, I mentioned being able to do kind of a martial arts rapping style in my videos to get me to go wicked and wild and be able to express myself in true health, get everything into the light of stealth. Well, I want to be able to do that, okay? That can be a part of my style, but I can't conjure that up at every moment. So that's the bold promise that isn't something that I can always take, that I can fake. It's not always me, but sometimes it takes over me. And when it does, it's good. It's really good. So for me to be able to develop these skills, these talents, these abilities, I keep asking God, you know, what am I to do and where am I most needed? And when you ask those two questions, it It helps open up a path for you to think there's opportunity. There's somewhere where I can be able to utilize my gifts, and other people are going to be in acceptance of it. And then God directs you to that path, and you open yourself up to following that path. Then all of a sudden, your mind starts opening loops, and you start coming up with new ideas. You think it's God, and you're like, whoa, that's amazing. You know, I should have done this a long time ago. I could have been doing this 10 years ago. I could have been doing this a whole year ago. Like the martial arts and rapping type of videos that both come into play in how I interact and stay the man that I am today, growing up to become something that you love. I know that's not something that you want to see right now, but it's gonna be something that is gonna live to be the true me. That was terrible. So this is all a part of my transformation and who I'm becoming. Discipline, though, my friends. Discipline. Discipline is one of the biggest things that I am lacking, that I need to be able to grow in my steed. And starting the day with exercise, man, that is something I want to implement. I want to spend 30 minutes every day doing kendo-boxing-freerunning, one of the three or all of the three, and just move my body. Because when I do, I'm popping my spine back into place. And what that means is, when I pop my spine back into place by exercising every day, it actually brings back my health. Like literally, it brings snot up my body and out, because my body has to decongest. It's been clogged for so long and twisted that when it corks back into place, being straight, then it's like, oh my gosh, blow your nose. Whoa, it's coming out. It keeps coming out. Whoa. Okay, I turn my head and more comes out. Whoa. I turn my head over here and it's like, it keeps going. What? And ultimately, everything's gonna clear out as long as I move in this direction, this direction, this direction. Oh wow, now I'm clean because everything's been adjusted. Perfect. So if you're having bad health, figure out what the problem is and do something about it. Okay? For me, it's been 7 years. Way too long. And it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And I'm working toward it, but my discipline in my daily life, not there. In fact, I haven't been reading my goals like I was a week ago every single day. Now, it's supposed to be day and night before you go to bed, but I just haven't been doing it. It's probably because it changed up a bit and I don't have it printed out, but I still need to do it, you know? There's no doubt about that. But the reason why is because I became less convicted in it. Like half of it says, oh, I'm going to get a Subaru WRX. I'm going to replenish my health. And I'm going to be able to buy these machines for my health too. What? Why does that matter? I'm not a materialistic person. What I want is the heart. What I want is the relationships. What I want is the people. And I will do the things that other people will not do to be able to get to where I want to be. And that is being able to touch as many lives as I can in this history of me living with man. This is the story. This is the truth. This is my capability. And everything I do in my youth, I'm to do this by being able to share the best of my integrity, the best of my care, my love, my attention for you, and to not violate who I am and how I do. And when I can be able to do that, then it touches base in your life and being able to just simply do me, live in my truth. And all I ask is that in return, you give me your attention, and hopefully you get to be able to implement that in your life to get you to that next lesson, that next best self that you can become. You know, so many possibilities in this life. I mean, look at the shoes I'm wearing, right? They got a huge hole in them. I've been wearing these for 2 years. Actually, I've been wearing these since high school. Over 2 years. we'll call it 3, because I know I was doing parkour when I was 17, and I got this pair after my highlighted greens. I'm still wearing them every freaking day, every day. I love these shoes. They're both torn up pretty bad, okay? Now, I'm not a materialistic person. I mean, I may not be able to afford a pair of shoes right now, but I would much rather go back to these shoes than wearing some flat shoes. Those are good for your feet. They make me feel closer to the earth. They make me feel like I can move. Okay, that's terrible. Obviously, I need to exercise, move my body a little bit more, but do some footwork. Straighten out my spine. Ow. Ow. Pop, pop. People see me getting freaky. Whew. There's a lot of different things that I've got to be able to do. And to think that so many months have gone by and I haven't executed. It's not what I want for myself. I need to be focused. I need to be disciplined. I can't give up on this stuff. I can't give up on this stuff. I can't slow down. You know, this is the life that I chose. This is the life that I want to go through to be able to get to where I want to be. And I'm having trouble keeping my boat afloat. I'm having trouble writing my story on this note of so much pain that I've been through. It's stopping me from my gains. And I'm no different. You know, everybody goes through something else, but at the end of the day, it's what you do to be able to persevere through it. So it's all my fault. If I haven't done enough, if I haven't solved the problems to be able to interrupt it, it's because I'm not taking the actions. I've done so much transformation over this past year, and to think that it's actually been a year for my whole personal development journey, shit's getting scary. I need to take shit serious. It's been a year! You're in the same damn place. Fucking get it together, dude. What the heck, man? It's been a year since you started this personal development journey, and you've only made steps in identifying who you are. Phenomenal. I needed that. I had no idea what was actually in my soul and what I was capable of. What kind of health I actually felt in being able to achieve my own interpersonal wealth. Now that I've gotten all that and I'm happy every dang day, don't continue to drain yourself. Now it's about productivity. Gaining the actions, gaining the momentum, taking the steps to get the results. Look, dude, you can have a vision, you can have experience, but now you want results. You want to obtain a life worth living, follow the wisdom from somebody else, and incorporate it into your own mental health. Don't be a slave to ridiculous experiences. Do the things that you know are going to help you do what's right. Great results, and implement everything that you have come to sight. Okay, Osada, if that's the only video you get from this 20-minute awareness documentation, make it happen, okay? I'm sure there's many videos where I get pissed at myself like this. And something in my stomach is saying, people are telling me my energy's not right. Now, I can accept and believe that because I'm not doing everything right. Or I can dismiss it and say, maybe it's their energy that's wrong, and they're just not the right type of person to vibe with me. Okay. That works better, and it kind of sent chills throughout my body. But for me to think that there's something wrong with me after all the inner working I've done, I don't know if they're doing that. I don't know that they're being transparent in their attention. For me, this is what I need. And now that I've got it, it's on to bigger things. So let's do it. Let's crush it. You got this, Osada.